Hola boo, this is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Touching Corners. Today I'm here with my good friend Lauren Levy. Lauren, thank you for joining me. And she is the owner and creator of Pennie Creations here in Miami, and she designs and creates her own jewelry. I actually work with Lauren. We both work at the hospital together, and she introduced me to her jewelry and I absolutely fell in love with it. I mean, her Instagram is epic. She's so good at taking her pictures and showcasing her jewelry. But this is her passion project, and we're going to talk today a little bit about how it all came together, and I want to show you some of her pieces, and she's basically freaking awesome, and I just wanted to make sure that I introduce you to the world. So, oh, and by the way, I'm wearing her earrings. So, yes, and I actually purchased these. She didn't just let me wear them. And as is she's wearing her jewelry, so I have some of her jewelry on here, and so does she. So yeah, so Lauren, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am a nurse in the operating room. We work together. I am a mother of 3 small kids, and I have always been very artistic, creative since I'm a kid, making jewelry my whole life. And basically in the last 2 years or so is when this kind of took off for me. It started out with making tutus for my daughter. The jewelry was more of a thing for me. And people would stop me and ask me where I got my stuff from, and I would tell them that I make it. And people just started buying it.
Okay.
So it kind of just turned into, over the last 2 years really is when I've accumulated this amount of stuff. This is only a third of what I actually have.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how it started for me.
And that's awesome. And so tell me, but you didn't just like start creating jewelry like 3 years ago, you know? I mean, it's obvious by looking at her pieces that she is a genuine artist. Like, I'm going to show you some of her pieces in just a little bit, but you are literally a genuine artist. Like, do you have any training or?
I don't really. I mean, a lot of it, I did take one class about 10 years ago, but it was more for like metalsmithing. Okay. With sterling silver, which I don't have the facilities at home to do that, and it's very expensive. So this is kind of more of beading, and it's just, I remember even as a kid going to the stores and seeing like the tools. And being like, what is that for? Okay. And then going to Michael's or something and looking at the books. They have like a ton of books for beading and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's what that's for. And I kind of picked it up on my own.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you're completely for the most part, self-taught, and you put together, you mentioned what you like. So she makes the type of jewelry that she likes. And
so everything you see, I wear.
Okay. Awesome. And most of our friends do too, because we all love it. So tell me, with regards to you being obviously a working mom that you said, how do you find time to do such intricate beadwork and like sit at home and do this when you have 3 children?
It's very hard. I am recently divorced, so it makes it even harder. Yes. Because I have nobody to really help me. Although when he has the kids, you know, it's more time for me. But it's very therapeutic for me. Okay. So it's something, my daughter actually loves beads too, so I get her like her little plastic beads, and she sits next to me and makes her own stuff, you know.
Oh, so it's like a bonding thing.
Yes. Okay. So it's kind of nice, and she watches everything I do, and hopefully eventually one day she'll be my partner. Yeah.
Aw, family business.
Yes. And so once they go to sleep also, I mean, they have to go to sleep relatively early because I have to wake them up pretty early to start work. And so once they go to sleep, I take about a couple of hours to myself and sit at my table and make my jewelry.
And make your jewelry. Oh, that's awesome. And actually, Lauren was also recently a participant, or what is it, an exhibitor?
A vendor.
A vendor. She was a vendor in this Raw Artist.
Yes.
Is it like a consortium or Raw Artist project?
So basically,
it was an event.
Yes, and it's about a bunch of artists getting together, all different kinds of artists, painters, visual arts, photography, anything, and being under one roof.
That's awesome. And it was done in Fort Lauderdale. They at the Revolution Theater, and they were able to rent out this space, and there were artists everywhere showcasing kind of what they love to do and what their passion projects are, and she had her table there. And did you do well?
I did very well.
Awesome.
Yes, and it was actually really my big first
show.
So it was quite exciting.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was there.
I was there. We had a great time. I went with my girlfriend. We had a great time. We walked around. We looked at Lauren's art. She was like the first one, like in the corner when you get there. Like, bam, this is my art. She had a gorgeous display set up to showcase her jewelry. And actually, the way that she showcases her jewelry, we have some of it here. As you can see, I'll show you in more detail. But it's just so pretty, kind of the vibe that you have. It's like this earthy, beachy, bohemian kind of vibe, which is kind of what your jewelry is. But you also have some really like pop pieces, blingy pieces that you have here. Like, for example, like these parrots. Like, hello, these parrots are everything right now. I want to go ahead and show you them your sign, by the way. This is her sign right here. She created this all by herself. This is her company, Pennie Lane Creations. And then let's go ahead and show them some of your jewelry. So let's start with the earrings. Let's talk a little bit about the earrings. So what is it that I have here? I'm going to just bring it up to the camera a little bit so that they can see it.
I love working with feathers and crystals and stones and just all sorts of things. And even sometimes I'll find jewelry and buy it and then take it apart and completely make it into something else. So I actually work with all sorts of materials.
That's awesome. And they have like a bohemian theme, but some of them are very particular to your...
These are more of like, you could wear them dressy. I personally, even as dressy as those are, I'll wear them with a pair of spandex pants.
Oh, really? Yes. Girl, get it. Yoga outfit, yoga apparel. That is awesome.
And then it's funny because I just had a woman the other day who was buying a pair and she's like, I don't know what I can wear this with. And I'm like, you can wear them with anything.
Yeah.
It's just how you feel about wearing it.
And it's such a like expression of your creativity, your individuality. Like when I wear these earrings, I'm like, I feel extra fabulous in them because I feel like they're bright, they're colorful, they're very me. So, you know, it expresses a little bit about your personality. And, you know, if you feel like being parrots that day, be parrots that day. Or like these, I mean, I love the like Miami kind of inspired ones. They got the kind of like, yes, you know, South Beach vibe. But then there's also like the bohemian ones.
And so I was in Thailand this past March and that actually inspired me quite a bit. You know, I'm not religious. I'd say I'm more spiritual than anything. And I actually grew up Jewish.
Okay.
So it's funny because I have a Buddha tattoo on my back. So
a Jewish Buddha?
Yeah, don't ask. Actually, a Jewish guy came up to me at the show and he's like, but I can't wear a Buddha. I'm Jewish. I'm like, I've got a tattoo of a Buddha on my back and I'm Jewish. And so I just think it's more of a spiritual thing. It's a representation of how you look at life. Like, I love what meditation and Buddhism and all of those represent, so that influences me a lot. Like the evil eye, I call it spiritual jewelry.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a few evil eyes here. This is actually a large part of kind of the collections that you make. You enjoy doing the evil eye, so we have that one there.
Evil eyes. I love.
And the bracelets as well. Let me show them the bracelets. So these are some of the bracelets that she makes, and she has them all displayed on these like beautiful cushions. I feel like a hand model. I should have gotten like a manicure in order to do this. But yeah, they are lovely. You have like the evil eye represented there, and then you have these fun crystal ones, which are absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I love the evil eye, especially because I feel like even people who are religious, it's still something that they can wear without it being offensive. You know, it's just something for protection, basically.
So this is one of the two like really big pieces like that. Well, not one of the two, but she's got a few big pieces, but you can see kind of the Buddha represented there, and it's on this beautiful crystal. And you have these chains, which you said the chains.
Yeah.
What is it called?
The bead itself is hematite.
Hematite.
Greystone.
All right. And everybody got that? So you have this situation going on here, and you put on the glass, and you said you could wear these short or long. You can wrap them twice if you need to. She has another gorgeous piece here. I'm just going to like bring it forward, but you can see kind of that piece there, and that's another Buddha. And then here, I'm just going to go ahead and hold this gorgeous thing up because you have so many pretty pieces there. And I'm also going to include kind of towards the end of the video just pictures of her Instagram so that y'all can take a look. And I want to make sure that I include the basically the Instagram hashtag and whatnot so that you can find it.
So also recently I just got into making
that's right.
these, which I really, really love. They're all inspirational words. I've been giving them a lot as gifts.
Okay.
People love them. You could stack them multiple.
Let me show them up close.
I wear like 10 of them at a time. And they say words like inspire, dream, never give up, just breathe, be free. You know, just kind of things, especially I find a lot of, like I have some teenage nieces, and so it's fun to give them those.
Aw, they're so cute. You could definitely wear a few of them all at once. They're awesome. I think my wrist might be a little bit too big for them, so
I can make them in any size.
Okay, good. Because I was like, can I put these on? I'm like,
I gave my girlfriend's daughter a couple of them. She's a little girl. She's like 3 years old.
Okay.
So.
But your jewelry, one thing I definitely like about it is that you can, I mean, anyone can wear it, right? Yes. Like, I mean,
my mom wears my jewelry. My grandmother wears my jewelry. My friends' daughters, or my daughter wears my jewelry, so it's really any age. And I do also a lot of like these bracelets. I give them as gifts for like a group of kids and their mom. Like I made some with the tree of life for my girlfriend, and then her little daughters had matching ones, and then her mother got one. So it's fun, and I do a lot of custom stuff as well.
So, do you take orders or something?
I take orders.
Look at that. Okay,
yes.
So cool.
You see anything you like, I can tweak it any way, any color, anything.
Well, I definitely am so inspired by the work that you do. It's really cool that you took kind of your passion, but also made it therapeutic and... Yes. It's something that calms you, your soul, especially having 3 children. And, after a divorce, if anybody's ever been through a divorce, it's definitely chaos and craziness and sadness and eruptive to your life. And you've taken all that negative energy and put this into such a beautiful
one of the things,
pieces of work.
One of the things that in all my hashtags that you'll see is made with love what you do, handmade with love. Like everything I do, I put so much love into. And I think that's what makes it also so unique.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me here at Touching Corners today. I really appreciate it. I think you're amazing. You know that.
I think you're amazing.
Thank you. And so y'all need to definitely go onto her Instagram right now. Check out her page. See if there's anything that you like and send her a message. And maybe you can have your very own Pennie Lane creations delivered to your home right away. Yes. So I do want to end with one thing. It's just kind of like maybe tell them just anything that you want to say about like following your passions or anything like that.
I definitely think it's important to follow your passion. Like I said, I've been doing this since I'm a child, and if you do something with all your heart, it just turns out beautiful.
Oh, that's so good because it's so true. Her stuff is so gorgeous. So that is it. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Touching Corners. I really appreciate you being here and meeting my friend Lauren and checking out her beautiful artwork, wearable artwork because it's jewelry, fabulous. So that is it. Thank you so much. Until next time, hasta luego. Bye. And that is it.
Awesome.